This is TWiT.
If they announce Apple TV or they talk about Apple TV, almost certainly the big topic will be Apple TV Plus and Apple Arcade. And there is news in the Apple TV Plus and Apple Arcade space. We're starting to see at least rumors of pricing. And the Financial Times, and I don't know where they got this from. Mark Gurman says in Bloomberg, Apple TV Plus will be $9.99. That makes sense. That's about where you'd put it, right? $10 a month.
So, yeah, can I quibble with that? So Mark says they're discussing a bunch of different pricing options, and I'm sure $9.99 is on there because that's what News Plus costs, and that's what Apple Music costs. But the rumor is Arcade is going to cost $4.99, and it seems to me, it feels to me like if you don't have catalog content, you can't charge $10. Just like that's just my reaction.
And didn't we always say where's the? I mean, we always thought there'd be a bundle with Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade. Is there a bundle? Have they? I didn't see any.
I'm hoping that's the one more thing. I'm hoping that'll be the. There's very tight-lipped. They don't have to discuss that, but I'm hoping that it's like one more thing. Here's the Apple bundle.
And if they do, then whatever price standalone they announce is meaningless. It's the table setter. For wow, and I can get all of those for just $15.99.
And Jennifer Aniston for $15.99.
They are putting the they are updating the Apple TV Plus teasers, and they're for the first time, it seems to me, because I use Apple TV on the Apple TV, I use their app, showing it. It's a big bar of upcoming new shows and the new trailers, right?
But it's a lot of pressure because they just announced that Disney Plus is going to come to Canada and a few other markets in November, day and date, and they have really competitive pricing compared to Netflix.
Yeah,
they're not going to be on Amazon products, which is super interesting, at least at launch. But they're going to be on all the Apple stuff, which means they'll have the same eyeballs that the Apple that TV Plus will have, and that's just. You know, they're friendly, Disney, to be sure. And Disney Plus is going to be in the TV app as part of channels, which is really awesome. I didn't think they'd do that. But I think it still puts a lot of competitive pressure on TV Plus.
I would play some of these trailers from the new Jennifer Aniston, Steve Carell morning show, for instance. But I don't want Apple's lawyers to take down our YouTube video. And Apple's lawyers might just want to think about that because it is, in fact, me playing an ad for your content. But I can't. I won't. So there you go.
And all I get in my YouTube recommended is other people uploading trailers from every single studio
I know,
all the time.
It drives me nuts.
That's part of YouTube recommended.
I feel like I'm being targeted or something. Anyway, it's happened a number of times now.
We can reenact them.
Yeah. You be Jennifer Aniston.
Lory can be Aniston. Andy can be Carell. I'll be Reese Witherspoon.
And I'll just sit and watch.
You're the narrator, Leo.
I haven't seen the newest trailer yet. The first trailer was completely uninspiring. Are you excited about it now?
The new one has a very The Newsroom vibe. It doesn't have anything resembling Sorkin's words, but just the vibe of behind the scenes, important times, newsy things going on was very The Newsroom.
And Newsroom was a flop.
Yeah, I loved it, but it was a flop.
Yeah, it was a flop.
But there was some people who really loved it. So
yeah, as with everything Sorkin does, there are people who love it, and then people go, ugh.
It's all the same show. Just some people like the Sports Night version, and some people like the West Wing version.
It's all the
some
same
people
show.
like the 60s. Yeah.
I'm rewatching the West Wing because that is the greatest show of all time.
Yeah.
But
half those jokes are from Sports Night, and half are repeated again in Studio 60.
I like Studio 60. I love Studio 60. I was the only one. But that was also because I like behind-the-scenes TV stuff, so I might enjoy this.
And the Newsroom has the exact same pilot as Studio 60, like exact same pilot.
Oh, my God. They'll also, according to the Financial Times, and no one knows where they're getting this number, Apple says they're going to spend, what was it, $8 billion?
Six, I think.
$6 billion. That's right, $6 billion on new content. That's a big number, much bigger than the billion they've spent so far, but dwarfed by what Financial Times says Netflix is going to spend, which is $14 billion next year on new content. $14 billion. You're starting to get like close to the GNP of a major nation at this point.
But the difference is that Netflix is not nearly as profitable as Apple. You know that Apple is going to be able to keep making these purchases for years and years and years. Netflix isn't in any trouble, I'm quick to say. But when you talk about how Apple is launching something you feel as though they have a better opportunity to invest big and not have to worry quite so much about the results immediately, whereas Netflix is. They're often positioned as the biggest, the company in the most danger now that all these amazing, huge new streaming services are opening up in the next year. Netflix became Netflix. Because they were really, really good, but also because they were the first ones doing it. They became the Velcro, they became the Band-Aid, they became the Google, the name for what you talk about all streaming. And now Apple is jumping in, Disney buying Disney now controlling Hulu, having control of all of that library and jumping in. CBS is now expanding what they're doing. You're getting a cinematic series like Picard up to bat.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really challenging time to even be Netflix, and I think Apple is in a really, really great position with because they just like this is not a dig against Lory, absolutely not. I want to preface that by saying that. But it's like
watch it.
If you're a parent and your kid says that my passion is music, I'm going to be in a band, I'm going to be performing for the rest of my life. You want to hear them say, but I also have $230 billion in cash so that I will still be able to pay the rent while I'm pursuing this dream. Apple is in sort of this position where they can pursue this dream of creating wonderful content and building up a brand while knowing that they've got a couple of $100 billion in which to sort of fortify their dreams before it becomes completely profitable.
So if the band breaks up and they have to go back to college, they're just like, oh, that's okay. It was a good try.
I have to think that, first of all, Netflix has to spend the money. They don't have a choice. This is the problem is they're running as fast as they can and they're losing ground. I have to think that this is the year where consumers say, another $9 subscription, I can't do it. Yeah. I won't do it. At some point, consumers are going to have to say, I pick 1 or 2 or 3. But when you have, what is it now, 8 or 9?
So my guess, and this is smart because there was a rumor that what Apple is not going to do is just dump all the shows, to binge watch. They're going to dump like 3 episodes and then have them be regular so that people can't just use their free month. But what a lot of people I know are doing is that when Stranger Things comes out, they resubscribe to Netflix for a month, watch everything they can possibly watch, and then cancel again. And then go to like Disney, and then they're going to go to Disney Plus and watch like the backlog of Marvel shows and Star Wars shows, and then cancel that. And it sounds like they want us to subscribe to all of these, but we are going to be extremely predatory in what and how long we watch all of them, and sort of stagger them so that we're only paying for 1 at a time, maybe 2.
Or you'll be like me, and I am probably like more people out there in this world where I think I'm going to do that. And so I subscribe to this, Stars or something like that. And then suddenly I'm just paying for it every month and forget to cancel.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I wonder how piracy is going to be affected by this, because there are a lot of people who are good, decent, honest people generally. But once you push them to a certain level of saying, well, now to watch the 5 shows that I like, I'm going to have to pay $60 a month. And if you find yourself that there's a subreddit where if you just subscribe to the subreddit, they will show you where this episode has been uploaded on YouTube and watch it during the 36 hours before Content Match takes it down. I really think this is going to spur a lot of people to see the benefits of living the pirate life.